Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick Sunlit Trails candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the early fall 2025 collection. The notes on this read: fir branches, bright citrus, and golden sun rays. And yeah, this is just like a super basic and super light Christmas tree fragrance, and that's pretty much it. Oh god, it's just so boring reviewing candles like this that are so basic and we've smelled a million times before. It's like, what is there to talk about it? But sometimes it's just like, for record keeping purposes, it's like, oh, I still kind of want to like keep a record of it on my channel, so let me just like review it and be done with it. So yes, yeah. Fir branches, bright citrus, and golden sun rays. I really don't get any citrus in whatever golden sun rays smell like. It's pretty much just the fir branches note. It's like the most basic Christmas tree fragrance you can ever imagine. It is like not exactly any of the other ones that have been out there, but it's most closest to evergreen, which also then got repackaged as evergreen and fir this past candle day. And then kind of similar to fresh balsam as well, but like it's not as like powdery and floral and herbal sophisticated as like fall forest or winter white petals that we've had before either. It's not quite as like sappy and juicy or even as strong as fresh balsam. And then obviously like because it doesn't really have a prominent citrus note, despite it saying it's supposed to smell like citrus. Like you don't really get any of the like the fruity citrus or berry notes that you would get in like golden berry mistletoe, or even the citrus notes that you would get in something like merry mistletoe either. I don't really get that. There's also not really a smoky note in the way of like winter white woods had, or like the old school Yuletide, nothing like that. It's like pretty much like the most basic Christmas tree fragrance you can imagine. And I guess also the reason it might not have the extra flair to it is because it's supposed to be more of a natural tree fragrance that's more acceptable for like July, August, September, where this isn't necessarily supposed to be a winter candle, but more so like when you're out camping, you would smell like evergreen trees out in the wilderness. So it makes sense for that reason. But outside of that, it's just kind of basic. I think tree fragrances are just kind of popular for people even year round. Like for instance, Walmart has a Mainstays Alpine Forest candle that's kind of out like much longer than like the fall and holiday periods. And so I think people are just maybe looking for a tree fragrance as soon as like any hint of a trace of fall starts coming. And so I think this is just that type of more excuse my pun, like an evergreen fragrance. And that's pretty much it. Let me go into the performance. This is a third burn. It has the core wicks on it. It's kind of cute how the label, like the stamps or whatever, kind of illuminate, and you can kind of see the outline on the inside as well. But then of course on the outside you see the sort of the badges or the stamps that are a little bit more subtle, glowing as the candle lights up. So that's kind of fun. But as for the performance, yeah, the core wicks, you know, they do so after like 3 hours, so make sure you're trimming them. As for the throw, mine is incredibly light. There's a few reviews on the website that say they love this fragrance, but I cannot smell mine whatsoever. I had it in 2 different houses. I had it in a house that had a much larger living room, open floor plan area, and we could simply not smell it, and it wasn't just me either. They could not smell it either, and so that wasn't fun. And I also had it in my house as well, in a living room with pretty high ceilings but much smaller than the previous one, and I really couldn't smell it there. If you put it in a smaller bedroom, you can kind of smell it if you're hovering around the general area of the candle, but you kind of have to work to smell it. So I would have put anywhere from like a 1 to a 2, possibly a 3 in a smaller like bathroom sized area. But considering how traditionally strong tree fragrances are, like fresh balsam or whatever, this simply does not get anywhere near as strong as that. So it's kind of disappointing for that. So it's pretty much it for the performance on this candle. If you want a basic, no frills added tree fragrance to burn during non-holiday time, then check out this. But honestly, like fresh balsam was just out for Christmas in July and will probably be out later in the fall time. I would kind of just like either have just bought that Christmas in July one or hold out for fresh balsam. It's just a much superior fragrance, and yes, while I associate it with Christmas, I still feel like it's still a better and superior tree balsam fragrance to burn rather than this. But if you're looking for something subtle and I guess quote unquote more natural because of the lightness of the fragrance, then check this out. But for me, a total one and done.